Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about sometimes as leather workers we get, especially, well, I'm still new to this, but in the very beginning, um, like what goes, which side should uh, which side should I bevel, right? So um, I always pick a side and just keep using that side all the way around the flower like I did. That way, as you can see, I got them all on this side here, right? And just went around. But also right here, do you hit this part, or do you want to hit this part? Well, if you hit this part, this is going to push this down. It's going to be uneven, and it'll look like this leaf, this part of the flower is behind this. In this one, actuality, this part of the leaf you want it to be in behind. So I'm gonna go and bevel this part and this part. Same here and then here. I kind of did it already there, and here. I started to do it this way, I guess. But yeah. And then we're gonna go ahead and what's the word? And I might be getting the terms mixed up, but I think this is beveling, and inside is shading, but to me it looks like this is shading and the other's beveling, but I have to look that up for y'all. We're gonna hit it with a pear shader in there, so that is shading. Shading, you take care of the beveling, then you do the shading, and the seeding in the middle. I'm gonna hit it with one stamp in the middle, and we'll go from there. So I bought my leather stamping set from an older woman that was just done with them. She said, I'm not going to use them anymore. Just like that. And got a really good deal on them, but she gave me a lot of tools that you can't get them anymore. All of these stamps, you just can't find them. Like this kangaroo, probably. I think I might use them right here. I've never used it before. Maybe with a little jumping arrow on it, just for fun. I got some little stagecoach stamp that I like. This one for sure you can't find it nowhere. It's a little frog. There's one in here that's a cool little mushroom that very 1960s, I think. Where are you guys? I bought this one recently. It's a Harley Davidson. Oh, this one too is kind of hard to find. It's a little butterfly, see? Oh, how sweet. About this one. Turn the light on. It's a little horse. So, of course, white-tailed deer. Oh, here you go. It's an ostrich or an emu? What is that? What do you think? I say emu. This one you don't see it no more. It's a worm. An inchworm. How about I do an inchworm and the emu on there? Here's another little different horse. That one has a little baby with it. It's got a I might use that one. That's kind of neat. The right side always has a little mark on it here. Put it in the middle. I'm gonna whack it with my heavier hammer. Whack it. Try to get it straight. There it is. You could do it again, but you run the risk of double stamping the guy. Just want to get the grass a little deeper. That's nice. Oh. And there's different tools that make this job a little easier. Like one with a wider head, you know, like this. Just staring out at me. Let's see that? It's a beveler, but with a wider. If you got a longer stretch to go, a longer stretch, straight line stretch. might just leave it like that. It looks good. Don't y'all think? It's cool. Little horse with a baby. Was it a pony or colt? What do you call it? A little baby. A baby horse. What is it? What do you call a baby horse? And the flower. I mean, it's pretty neat. Just like that, you know. Another thing I gotta do. I got this real cool stamp I like to use. Where are you, Stampy? Here it is. Handmade stamp. You all see that? Handmade, bro. So that everybody knows that your stuff is handmade. Right? You can put it like this, or you can put it vertical. I think I'm gonna put it on this back side. Right in the middle. Yeah. Like this. Just eyeballing this, but I should measure. Eyeball. Handmade. Then my mark is always M for Mike, H for Hernandez, and then I come across with a Z. There's the last letter, and Hernandez is a Z. Ta-da! Now, at this point, it's just gluing time. So, I'm going to take the tape off. Take the tape off and glue this thing together. Like so. And then we'll come back around and take this to the sander. To the sanding belt. And I have a little 1 by, what is it, 1 by, they sell Harbor Freight, 1 by 40, 1 by 30 or something like that. But I also have a 2 by 72, so I'm going to use a 2 by 72. I'll probably use a 2 by 72 to just get her done, you know. And really, you can leave it just like that with the glue. I mean, the glue, leather and the glue, it's not coming apart unless you're freaking ripping it apart with pliers or something. Even then, I don't think it'll work. I mean, you can leave it just like this, glued with your Leathercraft glue or contact cement. They ain't coming apart. But it would be nice to put a little stitch. You can hand stitch. But I really just want to leave it like this, not to take away from anything here. But I'll give it a nice burnish, paint the edges, and give it a nice color. Give everything a real nice color, and it'll start popping, and I think everybody will be happy. Plus, it cuts your time. I mean, stitching this thing, hand stitching this, even though it's just a little keychain, unless you're super fast, it'll take you at least 20-30 minutes. I mean, 20 minutes maybe. With stitching machine, much faster, but I mean, you can just give this. We'll decide here in a minute. There's a few ways you can go with the glue. One is, of course, you get this at your local Tandy or Michael's or Hobby Lobby. Leathercraft glue, EcoFloat. Or you could use contact cement. There's different brands. There's DAP. This happens to be, this is rubber cement actually. I do have contact cement here somewhere. No, I don't. Maybe I'm out. Oh. Well, either way, rubber cement works good too. Works the same. And or you can use Tide Bond. It's probably the cheapest of all. But we're gonna use a little rubber cement today because it's fast. And that's the only reason, it's fast. Go ahead and we're looking to coat the whole thing here. We don't want to do the middle part, of course, because that's where the ring's gonna go. I guess I'm running low on my rubber cement. The nice thing also about the rubber cement is that it has usually, and the contact glue has a little one of these deals, applicator thing, spreader. All right, I think it's dry enough. Let's go ahead and put these together. Oh, dang. There's a little bit off. Don't do that, you know. A little bit off. Well, that's okay because we're gonna straighten it all out here in a minute. I'd rather not do that. You want to have them straight, nice and straight and even. So yeah, once you put these together, I mean, you could put something on it, let it dry overnight or whatever you need to do. But just like this, let's take one of these guys. I mean, you don't have to do this, you can just grind it off. If you're not good with this sort of thing, one quick slip, you can cut your hand. Please be careful while doing this. Hopefully you don't witness me cutting my hand. But you want to start off with this being pretty even, you know. The problem with grinding it down when they're uneven is the end result. They come out smashed and smushed and uneven. So I like to do this here. Remember, please be careful. These are razors, so they'll cut you. Like right here, good potential for cutting, right? But everything is braced down, like my hand here, and I got my thumb here. I'm not going too fast. I'm not like this, okay? Because doing like this, you gotta stabilize yourself, you know? Or set it down and do it like this. See, but then you go too far and you do what I just did, like a dummy. Idiot. So I'm taking it to the grinder. You see how this part's wider than this? I'll have to grind that out and fix it. We're gonna go do this. I'll be right back. All right, I went and used a 180 belt on the grinder, and you can do it by hand if you want to. If you don't got a grinder, use your hand. I mean, sandpaper, you know, and just, I'm gonna hit it actually with another, this is 180 grit, It leaves it pretty good, enough to burnish it, you know. You don't have to get too fancy, but I'm gonna hit it again with a 280 or 300 grit, 220 or 300. Get it nice and smooth, and then I'll hit it with a burnisher, and it will color it. Give it a little color of some sort. Here's my box of sandpaper. Here's a good one, 320 grit. Guys, make sure your sandpaper is clean. I went over there to the grinder and set it on the grinder, and you know, forgetting that I used that to grind metal, and you know, don't do that. Clean your equipment before you put your leather on there, because these stains don't come out. Another public service announcement from Mike, the leatherworking guy. So let's take a little piece of this, fold it in half, maybe, however comfortable you are, and go for it. Hit the edges with it. I like to set it down. So guys, when you're doing leather work, veg tan leather, don't let it sit on your skin too long. Otherwise you get this. Now, I'm going to take a little, what's called gum tragacanth. You don't need it, you can use water, but sure is nice when you do use it. It just makes the edge soft. I cleaned up my space, and now I can't find nothing. What happens? Alright. Yeah, this is a cleaned up space. Freaking nightmare. It's a freaking nightmare. I'm getting old. Oh yeah. The gum tragacanth. Getting old. I had to review the tapes. No, I didn't review the tapes, but I was gonna. But then I remembered. See? You can put this on a brush if you don't want to use your fingers. I can do that. Just to be nice and clean with it. Usually I just use my fingers. This kind of is just, I don't know what's in it, to be honest with you. Tragacanth? It has tragacanths. Whatever that is, you know? And some sort of gummy substance. And all it really is a lubricant, sort of, to help smash down the fibers of the little fibers of the leather. So you can have a nice, shiny, I think that's what sets you apart too. A lot of times, you'll see leather work, like no burnished edges, just raw, you know. And yeah, you save time. You know, they'll have the edge just like that, you know, cut off. Which, if you're going for a rustic or something like that, okay. But if you want to make something special, something a little cut above, you know, you can ask $20 or $30 or more for your keychains like this. This one's hand stitched one of my first ones. Look how the edge, the nice that edge looks. This one's okay. It's just glued. See how nice? And I mean, I glued this. I don't know how long ago was it. Some of my old videos I haven't made in a long time. They're a couple of years now. I mean, like I said, unless you jumping on it or with a truck, this is like 3 or 4 ounce leather, or 4 or 5 ounce leather. Pretty thin stuff, but fold it over. It's a nice lightweight. This is a little thicker. This is a 8 to 9 ounce. Here's that smaller stuff again, 3 to 4 ounce maybe, or 4 to 5. But you don't have to use this. Today we're using I should have told you at the beginning, but it's 8 to 9 ounce leather, like saddle leather, thick stuff. You could probably use this as a luggage tag or something. I don't know. But here's the burnisher, and here comes the fun part of just doing this number. You're just smashing down the fibers of the leather. Some people do this after you dye it. Some people do it before, and I'm usually a before person. I feel like once you paint it, it prevents it from being smashed. I don't know. I'm not a leather scientist, right? Is there such a thing? But look how nice it looks already. You can leave it natural like that. But we're not gonna leave it natural. What we're gonna do is just take some antique right now real quick, because I'm kind of short on time. I wanted to do some other sheaths and stuff, but someone had asked me to do a little tutorial on how to make a keychain. And really, it's been a while, and I feel like I'm getting better with the leather. So let's get some gloves on, and I got some antique, big giant bottle of brown antique. All right, newspaper down. Everything I use is EcoFlow apparently, because I think it's the cheapest at Handy. For no other reason, I don't know. You can use a dauber, or you can use your hands. See, already you can see where it's soaking into the little areas that are stamped, textured. Now, let's wipe it off. That's it. I'm gonna go back and in a second here we'll do the edges black and reburnish it. Then you can buff it out and you're good to go. I'm gonna use coal black. Oh, you can't see, huh? Oh, excuse me. Dang, is there anything in here? Alright, make sure you don't have any on your hand. And be very careful. Take your time, not a race. And by the way, I'm using a Q-tip. Just a regular old Q-tip. I used to use a little brush, you know. But actually, one of the subscribers or viewer recommended I use Q-tip. So, man, I've been doing that ever since. So, not only am I showing you, you guys show me. And I'm sure I did some wrong stuff here today. Stuff out of order, maybe. Just let me know. I'll try to fix it next time. Guys, that's it. We'll let it dry for a minute. Buff it out a little bit. And we'll call it a wrap. Of course, if you haven't done it already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I appreciate any constructive comments, constructive criticism. Any comment, really. I don't care. Be negative, positive. Just don't get crazy, you know. Like and share. And hopefully you learned something today from here. Maybe what not to do. I don't know. But this looks pretty cool, I think. And I'd be proud to put it on a... Oh, okay. You need one of these. This is a 1.5 inch probably. It's gonna slide it on in there once it's dry. You don't want to do it while it's wet because it'll leave a mark for sure. But like and subscribe, follow. Thanks. Check out how I'm drying this thing. Fast forward. So I just took this thing off of the buffer, and man, it's shiny. Check it out. Just, you know, buffing this thing out here like that at 50,000 miles an hour. If you got one of these, use it. If not, just use a clean rag and buff the heck out of it. Look how nice that looks. And the edges, look how nice the edges look. Oh man, looks good, if I do say so myself. Right? So anyway, once again, let me know what you think. Leave a like, please, and subscribe. Bye-bye.
Scenario right here. Red, baby, red. Oh, plus a spin. I don't like the blues. What does the extra spin do? Yeah, you get so like normally it reads red. Chest red, green. Yeah, chest red or green. Come on. Green. $750 bucks. I like it. And now we're red, please. But I need a chest to get some of this real estate freed up.